Hello everyone, I'm Geek Freak and welcome to the video. Today I want to talk about the Monsterverse. I want to talk about the Kaiju, the Titans. Now, I have seen Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and I know that Godzilla is the one who keeps the Titans in check. Godzilla is the alpha male. He is the leader of the Titans. He is the alpha. And the same thing could be said about Mothra, because stated in the movie, it's been said that she's the queen of the monsters. So, in her own right, she is also an alpha. Hell, she even managed to beat Rodan. Okay, not necessarily killing him, but beating him. And, spoilers by the way, even though it seems that she died at the end of the film, it is implied that she might return. It is implied that Mothra goes through a cycle of death and rebirth. So, I have no doubt that Mothra might actually come back. So, it is implied that Godzilla and Mothra are both alphas. They both keep the Titans in check. But I don't believe that Godzilla and Mothra are the only alphas. And I'm not talking about Rodan, I'm talking about King Kong. Now, to let you guys know, I am a huge King Kong fan. So there might be a little bit of bias towards King Kong. And even though I respect Godzilla and see him as one of the greatest monsters of all time, King Kong was the first kaiju. He was the first giant monster. And if it wasn't for him, Godzilla wouldn't exist. King Kong is relatable and sympathetic. He is the underdog, so I'll be rooting for King Kong. And I will say this, King Kong isn't a pushover. And throughout the movies that he's been in, he has shown that he can be a very formidable opponent. He's very smart, he can use the environment around him and use objects as weapons. He's durable, he has radioactive immunity, he's extremely strong. He also has the ability of absorbing electricity. Absorbing electricity either revitalizes him or wakes him up from a coma. And his final and most impressive ability is he has atomic breath resistance. Now, I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, you're talking bullshit, Geek Freak. King Kong doesn't have those powers. Well, I'm going to have to say, you guys are wrong. The movies that King Kong has been in, he has shown to use these powers. In King Kong vs. Godzilla, it has been shown that he is resistant to the atomic breath. And also in the same movie, he is able to absorb electricity to revitalize himself and wake him up from an unconscious state. And in King Kong Escapes, Kong has been shown that he is radioactive immunity. Now, I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, oh, but Geek Freak, the King Kong in the upcoming movie, King Kong vs. Godzilla, is a completely different Kong. He might not have all these powers and abilities. Well, here's the thing. We saw Burning Godzilla in Godzilla King of the Monsters, so I don't see why King Kong wouldn't have electricity absorption and be resistant to the atomic breath. So if you guys ask me, I think King Kong is going to obtain these powers. Or already has them. But who knows what's going to happen in the King Kong vs. Godzilla movie. Anyways, let me get back to the point of this video. I think King Kong might actually be the next alpha in King Kong vs. Godzilla. Kong will be Godzilla's equal. He will be the next alpha next to Mothra and Godzilla. So if this is the case in the next movie with King Kong vs. Godzilla, and Kong becomes Godzilla's equal, and if they are planning on carrying on with the Monsterverse movies, then, after King Kong vs. Godzilla, I think they should bring in other monsters. You know, standalone monster movies like King Kong and Godzilla. Like, for example, I think Mothra should have her own movie in the Monsterverse. Like, maybe she has to face off against Batra from the original Godzilla film. Instead of Mothra and Batra facing off against Godzilla, I think it should be Mothra who should face off against Batra. Mothra at least deserves one movie, and Batra is her responsibility. If Godzilla and King Kong can have 2 movies each, then Mothra should at least have 1 movie to her name, and she's the star. No King Kong, no Godzilla, or any other monster to help her. It's just herself facing off against Batra. She at least deserves that. Anyways, yeah, if they are planning on continuing the Monsterverse with King Kong, Godzilla, and Mothra, there is one other kaiju that I would really love to see in the Monsterverse. And that kaiju is Gamera. Oh, sweet Jesus, I love Gamera. I mean, he's such a freaking cool kaiju. He can spin his shell around while he's flying in it. He can regenerate. He can fire fireballs. He can recharge himself by using the Earth's mana. And I just love the look of him. And depending on which continuity that you're thinking about, Gamera was created by humans to combat other kaiju. So Gamera is unique. And in my opinion, I honestly think that he should be called an alpha, just like Godzilla and King Kong. And I think that if Gamera was to be in the Monsterverse, where he meets King Kong and Godzilla, I think his role should be the Guardian of Earth. Okay, let me start off with Godzilla. Godzilla is the king of the monsters. He keeps all the titans in check. That's Godzilla's role. Godzilla's job is to keep the titans in check. That's Godzilla's job. Now, when it comes to King Kong, when I saw King Kong and Godzilla's cave painting at the end of the credits of Godzilla King of the Monsters, it kind of looked like that the humans was running to King Kong, and it looks like that Kong was about to face off against Godzilla. And for a while I was thinking, hold on, why is all these people running to King Kong? So I came to the conclusion that maybe Godzilla was getting too aggressive, or maybe the humans was getting sick of Godzilla, or maybe Godzilla was terrorizing humans. Who knows what those cave paintings meant? But in my headcanon, I think the humans went to Kong and wanted him to face off against Godzilla. Maybe, just maybe, Kong or one of Kong's ancestors faced off against Godzilla in the past. And maybe, just maybe, the reason why Kong faced off against Godzilla in the past was because Kong wanted to protect humans. I'm not sure why Kong's ancestor would do that, but what if this was true amongst the other Kongs? What if the Kongs was responsible for protecting humanity from all threats, including monsters like Godzilla? So, number one, Godzilla keeps the Titans in check. Number two, the Kongs are the protectors of humanity and the kings of Skull Island. So, Godzilla and King Kong both have roles to play. One keeps the monsters in check and the other one protects humanity. Now, let's move on to Gamera. Depending on which continuity you're watching, Gamera was created by the people of Atlantis in order to combat the Gaius. The Gaius? I'm sorry, I forgot how to pronounce their name. I'll just call them the G for simplicity's sake. The G was originally the protectors of Atlantis, but they turned on their creators, and so the people of Atlantis created Gamera to combat the G. But despite Gamera's best efforts, Atlantis was lost. And ever since that day, Gamera has also been fighting other monsters. Gamera's original name was Gamera, Guardian of the Universe and All Friends to Children. And this got me thinking, what if we changed Gamera's title from Guardian of the Universe to the Guardian of Earth? Gamera's job is to protect the planet Earth from rogue titans or alien invaders. Gamera's role in the Monsterverse, if he ever becomes part of the Monsterverse, is to protect the planet Earth. So, we've got Godzilla that keeps the titans in check, we have the Kongs, which are the protectors of humanity, and we have Gamera, the Guardian of Earth. These are the three main alphas, and that's also the problem. These three alphas, Gamera, Kong, and Godzilla, will be fighting each other. And that got me thinking, what could we do to stop Gamera, Kong, and Godzilla from fighting? And it hit me. Mothra. Even though she is a powerful titan or kaiju in her own right, Mothra's role in the Monsterverse could be the negotiator or the peacemaker between monsters. Mothra's job is to keep the peace between the alphas. Mothra is the peaceful titan, and if Godzilla, Gamera, and Kong was to fight each other, Mothra steps in and breaks it up. These are the four alphas with important jobs, and all other titans would recognize these four as the alphas. These four titans have a rivalry when it comes to their respective franchises, and from what I could find, besides from Ultraman, King Kong, Gamera, Godzilla and Mothra are the four monsters that has been in multiple medias, their own movies, crossovers, and they've had more than one movie dedicated to them, and animated shows. Kong had 2 animated series, and Godzilla also had an Hanna-Barbera animated series. And no, the Godzilla animated series, which was a sequel to the 1998 film, doesn't count, because that monster is actually Zilla. King Kong has about 12 movies dedicated to him, 2 of them that has Godzilla in it, and as for Godzilla's movies, yeah, I'm just gonna have to say that there's loads of them. Gamera has 12 movies, and Mothra has appeared in 15 movies. She has 4 standalone movies, and she's also in one movie where she faces off against Godzilla, and the other movies are just crossovers. Now, we know that King Kong, Godzilla, and Mothra are part of the Monsterverse, and if they was to put in Gamera into the Monsterverse, then that would be perfect. For me, I just love the idea of Gamera being the creation of the Atlanteans. In fact, all of these alphas, King Kong, Godzilla, Mothra, and Gamera, are all unique in their own way. So yeah, let's just hope that Gamera will make an appearance in the Monsterverse in the future. And that's it for me, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think King Kong, Godzilla, Gamera and Mothra will make good alphas? Would you guys like to see Gamera in the Monsterverse? What other kaiju or titans would you like to see in the Monsterverse? Would you guys like to see Gamera vs King Kong or Gamera vs Godzilla? Please leave comments in the comment sections below and give me your thoughts on what would you like to see in the Monsterverse. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching, and if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, Twitch, Dailymotion, and Hatron, Reddit, BitChute, aka the new YouTube, DeviantArt, Discord, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.